Greetings, my students. This is Math 1635 coming to you from the College of DuPage. The title of this lecture is Fall 22 Opening Reflections. As always, please be attentive while watching my video. An apt analogy is that we're on a shared journey. We're starting in late August, and we will land at our destination hopefully safely in mid-December. And we're on a shared vessel and flying through perhaps turbulent skies. The analogy is apt but imperfect because I and my co-pilot are your flight crew, but you are more than passengers. You are learners. But this is our shared journey. We're going to be studying mathematics, and mathematics is the language with which God has written the universe. That's a quote from the great Galileo. That's true. In fact, I believe that God is a mathematician. But more than that, we're studying statistics. And perhaps you know, perhaps you do not, that Florence Nightingale, the great founder of really the nursing profession, was quite a statistician. And her thoughts were that to understand God's thoughts, one must study statistics, the measure of his purpose. What you see over here is a chart that she constructed while serving in a war zone. And she cared for the sick during the day, and at night by candlelight she added up numbers, and she presented this chart, which shows that many more people died of diseases born of poor hygiene in the hospitals than from all other causes. This led to major reform in hospital hygiene and really started her on the most noble parts of her career. It was all about statistics. We're going to be studying statistics. It's a math course. It's Math 1635. We will be meeting in the Berg Instructional Center, room 3H04, from this date to this date, and we will have lectures from 6 p.m. to 7:50 p.m. or so on Monday and Wednesday. The course will use extensive computer instruction, and so please plan on that. Here's the description of the course. You'll be introduced to elements of both descriptive and inferential statistics. And so we will talk about data descriptions and graphs, probability principles. They're used in developing probability distributions. We'll talk about several of these distributions. We'll talk about the binomial distribution, the normal distribution, the student t distribution, the chi-squared distribution, and F distributions. We will do hypothesis testing, estimation. We'll deal with contingency table analysis, linear regression and correlation, and one-way analysis of variance. In fact, we might do more than one-way analysis of variance, time permitting. There are prerequisites, and this is a 4-credit-hour course. This is the book we're going to be using. This is a change in the books that we have been using. This is the first term we're using. This one is called Business Statistics 4th edition by Sharp, and this is the ISBN number, and you can get this many places. My name is Patrick James Bradley. My friends call me Jim. You can call me Professor Bradley, or you can call me Jim. Either way is fine. This is my third career. I guess I'll start my story. I was born in Davis County, which is way in southern Indiana. I look kind of like this, a little bit like Santa Claus. I mentioned this is my third career. I did applied mathematics at Purdue for a while, and eventually we reached a point, my wife and I, where we had learned all the math we were going to learn teaching and studying math at Purdue. So I went to industry. I worked in industry for around 20 years, starting at Bell Labs. While I was there, I did applied mathematics and engineering, and managed groups that did applied mathematics and engineering, and mostly we were involved in exploratory product development, and most of the companies that I worked for had logos that looked like this, beginning at Bell Labs. And now my third career is for the past dozen years or so, I've been teaching mathematics at the College of DuPage. I've taught every math course that we teach at the College of DuPage. I may be the only faculty member today who can say that. Anyway, I have three goals now, three things that are important to me. Number one is I want to teach the highest quality math course possible that I can do. I can do that. Number two, but this is number two, I want to be mindful of the challenges students have. I know people have challenges, and I want to be empathetic with those. I may be able to help students with those challenges, perhaps not, but I will certainly try to do so. And my number three, but it is my number three, within a wholesome discipline, I work to render grades gently. One of the things I do to help the students along their way is I sponsor what is called a guided study group, or called GSGs. I was a pioneer of this concept at the College of DuPage, and we are blessed this term, at least I think we're being blessed this term. I know we would be being blessed if Jesse Hayes Carver is my co-pilot. I've worked with Jesse many times. Jesse has finished his master's degree in mathematics, and again, I've worked with him many times. This is a little joke. This isn't really what Jesse looks like, but rather than deal with that joke, I'm going to tell you that the people who attend the guided study groups tend to do much better. So I encourage you to take advantage of being able to work with Jesse Hayes Carver. I also will provide you access and encourage you to engage in the math assistance area at the Learning Commons. This group has instructor level professionals. In fact, I hang out here when I'm not in class, ready 71 hours a week to help you with your homework and explain concepts. Students who go here do much better. The course that we're doing is 1635, and you see that the percentage of successful students jumps from 62% to 75% for those who are frequent flyers here. So I encourage you to take advantage of this great resource. I do have to give you grades, and the strongest advice I could give you is focus on learning the material, and the grades will take care of themselves. That really is true. But administratively, we will have three primary and equally weighted grading components. There'll be a series of low-stakes assessments, which you can get help with, and so on and so forth. And I will normalize the low-stakes assessments to 100 points. This, for most students, should be your highest grade. But then we will have two high-stakes assessments. One is a midterm high-stakes assessment, which will happen near midterm, and again, that will be normalized to 100 points. And at the end of the term, we will have comprehensive, finally, high-stakes assessment called the final exam, normalized to 100 points. And so, three components, equally weighted, a third, a third, a third. The grading scale will be this at the end of the term, and this is a pretty rigorous grading scale. Again, coming back, Jesse Hayes Carver and I are planning on teaching you the very best content course possible. That is our prime objective. In closing, now more than ever, time is precious. Each day must count. Do the math. It will make you strong. And now more than ever, take care of yourself, because self-care is important. And now more than ever, take care of each other, because we're all in this together. So you see, the road is long and it's a bit steep, but there's great reward at the end of the journey. God bless you all, and take care. See you in class.